Okay, a couple things I want to talk about. I'll touch upon my little spiritual, uh, fucking, you know, psychosis, identity, personality that really doesn't have any fucking meaning. But I'll talk about it. I thought this earlier. I said, God is a very busy phenomenon. She is dealing with the entire universe, so she will only answer to those who knock the loudest. She can only answer to those who knock the loudest. Or maybe she wants to come into your home, but you're playing too much noise, so she can't, you know, you can't hear her because you're playing too much noise. The more you quiet the noise, you will begin to hear the thunderous knock, her thunderous knock. If you open, or if she opens, you will be in her home. You may take anything to her. She will show you, the way. You may take anything to her, she'll show you the way. Or you may simply enjoy her home in heaven. So basically, what do I mean by this? It's something that I'm sort of not realizing, but theorizing, because I haven't put it into actual display yet. But it's basically like God, what we refer to as God, is always there trying to enter into our home. The home of you is whatever this sphere of perception or awareness is. She's always trying to enter into the home, God. But you're playing your noise too much, so you can't hear her knocking. Your noise is the thoughts you have, your ideologies, your this, your that, all your plans for your life, the way you think life should be. These are all your ideas. And this is all your noise. And if you get rid of this noise, then you will begin to hear, the more you get rid of the noise, then you'll start to hear the way she knocks. It's a spiritual metaphoric thing, but you would understand it. The less noise you have in the being, you'll begin to hear God's knocking. And if you open the door, meaning you leave yourself completely open, then you will enter into our home in heaven. This is my metaphoric thing, which makes completely sense. If you get rid of all your prejudices, all your ideologies, all your this is the way it is, the only thing left for there to be is the truth. But how do you exactly do that? There are certain techniques. There is never one technique. Because like enlightenment and finding the truth, there's things that make you more willing for it, but it's not something that you can grasp with a fucking process or a technique. But things just break you open. It's like they sort of break you open so you can flower. You can do Kriya Yoga. You can do simple awareness techniques. You could even be a person who doesn't do any yoga and just lives their life, but they do action in a certain way and they start unfolding the truth. You could be anything, though. It doesn't matter, bro. You just live life and this shit just happens. So there's certain techniques for uncovering and opening up, though. That's for sure. And as far as you knocking, meaning you try to go seeking out for her. She's always trying to enter into your home, but then you go try to go into her home, and she will only be able to hear you if you try to go the back, because if you try to go the back side, she'll only be able to hear you if you knock loud enough. So you gotta knock loud enough for her to hear you, or she will not hear you. So knocking loud enough is just, being 100% concentrated in a one-pointed mind towards whatever it is you want to see. If you want to see the truth, then that's what you go for. If you want to make money, then you have your mind 100% in it. But God, the phenomenon of God, is essentially the universe existence. Whatever if you go knock really loud at whatever it is you want, on a spiritual level, on an intention level, on an entire being level, then the thing will be opened up to you, because God, the phenomenon of God in existence, is dealing with the entire universe. So if you want to get its attention, you have to knock very loud, or you have to be completely, or get rid of the noise in your home, in your being, so that you may hear the knocking, so that you may open the door, essentially. It's something you do within yourself. You just open the door. Anyways, that's what I want to say about that spiritual stuff. And then as far as my spirit, as far as another thing, specifically manifestation. I don't know if I talked about this yesterday, but this is what I was like thinking yesterday. Is like, you have a shadow, right? Like when you walk outside and the sun hits you, there's a shadow there. Now you don't know the shadow is there most of the time. Most of the time, you're never really paying attention to the shadow. But if someone asks you what's a shadow, or do you have a shadow, you'll look at it and you'll be like, oh yeah, I do have a shadow. But 99.99% of your life, maybe even more, you're never focused on your shadow, right? You're never focused on the back of your shoe, on a piece of chin hair that you have here. It doesn't mean it's not there. It's just, it's not in your experience. Even the breath is there, right? You only start noticing the breath when you actually need to breathe, you know? So when I was looking at reality and like certain lives, what if the dream life that you desire is actually there, just the way, exactly in the way that your shadow is there? It's just that you're not able to pay attention to it because you're so preoccupied with the current life that you are now. You look at the exterior environment, you say, this is me, this is my life, this is where I'm at. You look at the beliefs, ideologies about things, you say, this is me, this is where I'm at. And this is what you're paying attention to. But what if you were to completely abandon those things and begin to pay attention to the dream life, right? You just pay absolute attention to the dream life. Will it begin to creep in and manifest itself? I don't know. It's just a theory. Is that life always there? I heard about this theory that everything already exists. And I just related it to the shadow. The shadow exists. You don't know it's there, but it's always there, but you're not paying attention to it. But it's there, right? Is the dream life, the riches, the fame, this whatever lifestyle you want, is it always there? But you're just not paying attention to it? And you can't really, like, you know, and it's just a progressive realization of the fact that it's always there, as Earl Nightingale said. You just have to start paying absolute attention to see that it's there. You just have to actually see it, pay it, really, really see it. Will it manifest? It's a great theory. It's a beautiful theory, I think. You know, I never heard of somebody explain it like that. Not to toot my own fucking asshole, but you know what I mean? And then the final spiritual, no more spiritual thing. And then talking about real shit, like my own being, I'm beginning to look at people as if they aren't real. This is the thing about spirituality, like the program of spirituality. Spirituality is a beautiful thing, but the program of spirituality is like, it's so mundane, it's so ethereal, it's so non-grounding. When you were a kid playing in the park, you were far more spiritual than you reading all the spiritual text. You're just a psychotic person in psychosis reading spiritual text, thinking you know every fucking thing. But when you were a kid kicking the ball, running in the park, swimming in the pool, laughing with your friends, you were far more spiritual than, you know? And everything felt real, you know? You didn't really question individuality. You just looked at things and felt things as real. Me now, I can, if I really pay attention and ignore all the noise in my mind, I have to sit and pay attention, then I can start seeing those things as real. I can really do it, right? You can have moments where you just pay attention, you can start seeing things as real. Not necessarily with, this is real, like you're saying it, but you're just paying attention, and the realness is there because you're not putting a meaning on things, right? Like barbecue sauce, there's barbecue sauce right there on my counter. I don't know why it's there. Left that shit. Notebook, phone. If I just pay attention to it, then those words won't come up. I'll just be looking at something, you know? I won't even say something is there. I'm just looking, you know? And that's the realness that kids had, you know? But whether they were aware of it or not, those kids had something going on in their mind playing, which was making them do the things that they do. This is the thing about, you know, this is the thing about the mind and the thought process and the intellect. It's like, I see the intellect, I see the physical reality. I know the intellect distorts my physical reality. My identity distorts my physical reality based on the perception I have. And I'm trying to find the healthy balance of how to put on an identity and then live in the world. You know, it's because if I just want to be here, I can be here. You know? But what do I do is the question. Since I don't see anybody as legitimately real, I just see an intellectual process going on, which is this person is appearing to be an individual, but they're actually the same universal energy amalgamation thing that I am, and they're just playing a fucking character, essentially, in a body, in a mind space. They're just playing this fucking character. This is the ideologies in my head, you know? I remember when I was a kid, I didn't have any fucking ideologies. When you were a kid, you gotta try to get back to being a kid. That is stage one. Stage one is getting back to being a kid. Being able to see without judging, right? Very simple fucking minded, right? And then life can really flourish that way. That's the ticket right there. It's not something that I can articulate right now. It's just something that I have to do. I'm learning, I'm growing, I'm spending more time. The biggest thing with me though is manifestation, bro. I just really want to manifest something. So I gotta put into application what it is the fuck I'm talking about, you know? Anyways, guys, I don't know if anybody's gonna see this. I made this channel 300. There's gonna be a bunch of videos here. The moment I become to a mainstream type of level success, then I will be done making the videos. But this is just the progressive journey to that and a whole list of videos. And then when I reach that high echelon of success and people find the channel, when there's a certain number, I'm gonna deactivate all the videos. I'm gonna unlist all of them. So then whoever saw it is there and it just lurks around the internet in a sort of cryptic fashion where people really pay attention to it. Because if it's just there, then people won't pay as much attention. So that's what I want to do with this, I guess. I didn't know what I want to do with this at first, but yeah, that was what I'm saying.